Being that we are officially in soup season and the temperature outside is younger than me, I thought I would go ahead and make some chicken noodle soup. Now, chicken noodle soup is not something I make often, but I do know the basics of it. So, y'all stay with me because I'm going to show you exactly how I made this one. First, I went on ahead and got some drumsticks, and you can use any parts of the chicken you want, but for chicken noodle soup, in my opinion, the best parts is the drumsticks and the thighs. Went on ahead and cleaned off my drumsticks and thighs, and now it's time to season it up real good. I'm going to go ahead and get some parsley. In addition to my parsley, I'm going to use some smoked paprika. In addition to the smoked paprika, I am going to go ahead and add some rosemary seasoning because we want to make sure that we're building up enough flavor layers because this is what is also going to help with the flavor of our soup. After I get the rosemary on there, I am going to go ahead and add me some onion powder and garlic powder because you know you can't have one, you got to have both. So I went on ahead and put that on there. In addition to that onion powder, garlic powder, go ahead and sprinkle you on a little bit of poultry seasoning. And I don't know why, but it just seemed like my poultry seasoning wasn't coming out of the jar. I had to go ahead and shake it a couple of times. After I got that poultry seasoning on there, I did go ahead and add a packet of complete seasoning. And now we're going to go ahead and mix this up. Now, this is your chance to evaluate your chicken. If it looks seasoned, if it smells seasoned, because we cannot taste it yet, then you're going to go ahead and put it to the side. If not, you're going to add any additional seasonings or a little bit more of something that you feel like your chicken is missing until it looks and smells seasoned to your liking. Now, for me, this looks completely good, so I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side and let the chicken and that seasoning marinate. Now I'm going to go ahead and start working on the veggies for the soup, which is going to be some of these little red potatoes that I had. Just went on ahead and washed them off, and then I'm going to slice them in half. In addition to using these red potatoes, I'm going to go ahead and use some peppers. I'm going to use some red bell peppers. Now, I don't know if this is tradition in making chicken noodle soup, but this is just how I'm going to do it using the ingredients that I have in my house. So you can go ahead and switch out, add, and take away as much as you like to your own preference of how you like your chicken noodle soup. Now, I am going to go ahead and slice and dice up some onions. I'm going to use some yellow onions right here. Going to go ahead and cut that across. Then I'm going to turn it and cut it again. And so I get my onions sliced up. After I get my onions sliced up, it's time for us to go ahead and start working on our soup. First thing I'm going to do is get me a pot with a little bit of oil, and I'm going to sear my chicken. Make sure I'm getting that nice crust locked in on it because that's what's going to seal in all of that flavor. Once I get my chicken in there, I'm going to let it sear for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to flip it over to the other side and let it sear for 5 minutes as well. Now, your chicken is going to be a little bit on the brown side, but that is not burnt. Trust me, that is flavor. All of that is going to come together once we add our liquid in there. So we're flipping it over, getting that sear on that side. Once we get that sear on that side, we're going to go ahead and start on our soup. Now we're going to go ahead and add in some fresh garlic because I like garlic. So I'm going to add in just a few pieces of fresh garlic just to go ahead and make sure that my soup base is nice and flavorful. After I get my garlic in there, I am going to go ahead and add in those onions. In addition to those onions, we're going to add in those bell peppers that we chopped up already. In addition to those bell peppers, it's time to add in some broth. Now, I'm going to use chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, you can use water, but I prefer to use chicken broth because it's just going to add that extra layer of flavor, and you want to make sure your soup has enough flavor in it. After I let that cook down for about 20 minutes, I went on ahead and added in my potatoes because now it's time to add in the potatoes. Didn't want to add it in too early because then your potatoes are going to be mushy. So when the chicken is just about ready, I'm going to go ahead and add in my potatoes. After I added in my potatoes, it was time to go ahead and add in some corn as well because I like corn in my chicken noodle soup. So I'm going to add in a few pieces of corn, and you can also add in other ingredients however you like. You can add in celery. I didn't add in celery because I don't like celery, but if you want, you can add some celery, and you can add different veggies and fresh herbs, and however you like to do it, you go ahead and do it. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and add in some of this frozen corn because I like the sweetness that corn brings to this chicken noodle soup. After I got my corn and my potatoes just about ready, it's time to go ahead and add our noodles, because I don't want my noodles cooked all the way through. I just want them al dente. Now is going to be the time that I add my noodles in. I'm going to go ahead and mix that in there together. Once everything started to become one, I went on ahead, sprinkled just a little bit of parsley right on top of there. I did have some fresh herbs. I'm going to go ahead and put that right on top. And after a few more minutes, it was time for me to go ahead and plate my chicken noodle soup. First thing I did was add my noodles in there. After I got noodles in there, I went on ahead and added just another scoop of noodles, because I wanted this to be really comforting. Because for me, chicken soup is a comforting meal. It's something that's going to make you feel warm, cozy, and just comforting on the inside. Then I went on ahead and added in some more of my other veggies. I did add some carrots in there at the end as well. So I added some carrots, added some chicken, some corn, just plated that all up. And then I'm going to go ahead and scoop in some of that broth to it. And when I tell you, this chicken soup was so good. It was absolutely delicious. And after I put it in the fridge and I had a bowl the next day, it was even more delicious.